सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. श्लोका नंबर 6. समष्टि व्यष्टिरूपौ द्वौ पदार्थौ सर्वसम्मतौ समष्टिरीश्वरो व्यष्टिः जीवो वेदान्तडिण्डिमः. आचार्य नृसिंह सरस्वती तीर्थ giving the Vedic proclamations, the essence of the Vedic teaching. In every shloka he is presenting the very important idea of Vedanta. It is like taking the juice and enjoying. In this shloka, 6th shloka, Acharya tells Samashti and Vyashti. Samashti means total, Vyashti means individual. Here we have to see this Samashti and Vyashti given in Panchadashi. Vidyaranya gives 1st chapter 25th shloka. He gives the definition of Samashti and Vyashti. Samashti rishaha sarvesham swatma tadatmya vedanat tadabhavat tatonnetu katyante vyashti sanyaya. So that Paramatma, who is associated with all upadhis, is called Samashti Ishvara. That he tells in the 2nd line. Samashtihi Ishvaraha, the Paramatma. Who is Ishvara? Maya Sahitam Brahma. So, the Nirgunam Brahma who is associated with all subtle bodies. We call it as Hiranya Garbha, subtle universe. Hiranya Garbha is none other than that Paramatma who is associated with all subtle bodies. That is called Samashti Ishvaraha. Who is Jivana? Vyashtihi Jivahana. The individual, the same Paramatma who is associated with one single subtle body. The same Paramatma who is associated with one single subtle body. In Mandukya language we can say Taijasaha. That is called Vyashtihi, the individual. This is the word meaning we are seeing here. But total and individual, total is Samanyam. Samanyam means Jati. Samanyam. In the last class I gave one example. Vanam is Samashti. One tree is Vyashti. Vanam is Samanyam, Samashti. Tree is Vyashti. Similarly, you take Akasha, Samashti Akasha. When it is in the pot, it is called Ghata Akasha. Ghatastha Akasha, Ghata Akasha. It is Vyashti Akasha. Like that you can take Samashti, Vyashti in everything. Whole tree is Samashti, one leaf is Vyashti. You can see that way also. Whole body is Samashti, one hand is Vyashti. This Vyashti cannot exist separate from the Samashti. What is the corollary we have to get from this? Samashti, Vyashti. Vyashti is that which cannot independently, separately exist without or separate from or distinctly from what? Samashti. Therefore, in Samashti, Vyashti is included. In Samashti, Vyashti is included. So therefore he says, Sarva Sammatau. Every one of us know this, and it is agreeable to everyone, every philosopher, all of us. One house is Vyashti and village is Samashti. Like that you can say umpteen examples. So what? You have to understand Vyashti, Jiva is one who cannot exist separate from Ishvara. So Vyashti is included, Jiva is included in Ishvara, the Samashti. Jivatma, Paramatma, Aikyam. You have to do Bhagatyaga Lakshana. There, Jiva Upadhi, Ishvara Upadhi, both are, you have to do Tyaga. Sarvajnatvam, Maya Sahitam Brahma, Maya Upadhitta Ishvaraha. Maya you have to take out. Similarly, Avidyastaha, Jivaha, the one who is in this body, mind complex, RM, RC, you have to keep it aside. So, then you get Aikya Jnanam. Paramatma, Jiva Atma, you remove the Parama adjective and Jiva adjective, who remains Atma. I need not explain all this because you are all already gone through all these subjects. This is only just revision like. So these are all hidden in this sloka. We have to understand. Samashti Ishvaraha, Vyashti Jivaha, iti Vedanta Dindimaha. So what are the other corollaries we have to understand? The ruler is Ishvaraha, Jiva is ruled by the Ishvara, the ruler. Omniscient, omnipotent Ishvara is the ruler of the entire universe. And what other point I mentioned in the last class? Both are mutually dependent. Vyashti and Samashti, both are mutually dependent, not independent. Body cannot exist without one hand or legs separately. You keep, where is the body? You take out the hand, legs separate, where is the body? Can body exist without organs or limbs? No. Can limbs exist separately? No. So mutually depending. Whole Vyashti Samashti is mutually dependent. Similarly, Jivas are depending upon Ishvara because Ishvara is the creator. We are all created by Ishvara. We are depending upon Ishvara. That we know very well. But another secret is what? Ishvara is also depending upon Jiva. Ishvara is also depending upon Jiva for creation. We the Jivas are not there. Punya Papa Karmas are not there. Ishvara will become unemployed. Yes or no? Ishvara will become unemployed. Ishvarasya Ishvaratvam is because of Jiva. Jivasya Jivatvam is because of Ishvara. As long as you are there, I am the Guru here. If you are not there, my Guru dumb will go away. No? Guru is there in front, I am a Shishya. My Sishyatvam is because of my Guru. The Guruhood is because of Shishya. Similarly, Ishvara cannot create independently. Ishvara, to create the universe, he has to depend upon the karma, punya papa karma of the jivas. Ishvara cannot create. On what basis Ishvara can create? Just like that Ishvara create? No. Just like that, Ishvara cannot create. Ishvara has to see the Jiva's punya, papa, anadi Jiva, anadi Ishvara, anadi karma, anadi maya. So many anadis are there. Anadi avidya. All are santam. They end except Brahman. Even though they are anadi, after knowledge they all will end, but Brahman remains. So, Ishvara creates higher lokas, lower lokas, punya lokas and adho lokas based on the karma of the jivas. So, jivas are all giving job to Ishvara. Ishvara is employed by all jivas. We the jivas are depending upon Ishvara, Ishvara is depending upon jivas, vyashti. Therefore mutual dependence is there. So here what we have to see the essence, the individual Jivatma is none other than Paramatma alone. Wave is not different from the ocean. Wave has to recognize I am water, ocean is water. But as a wave, its nama rupa or mithya, it is not satyam. Wave name, wave form are mithya, unreal. Ocean name, ocean form is mithya, unreal. Vacharambhanam. Then what is satyam? Jalam eva satyam. Jalam eva satyam. Example is very nice. Similarly, you come to I, the Jivatma, am not separate. This nama and rupa are mithya. Sthula sharira nama and manas all are mithya. Vacharambhanam. Even Paramatma is also sarvajnatvam, sarvavyapitvam. All are only nama, rupa, not satyam. That is why what I said, both are vyavaharikam. Ishvara is also vyavaharikam. Therefore, always padarthau dvau is possible only where? In vyavahara. Samashti, vyashti is possible only in vyavaharika. In paramarthika, dvau is possible. Two. In paramarthika, absolute sense, are there two? Only one. Advaitam Brahma. Therefore, Ishvara also we are bringing down to vyavaharika. That's why Vedanta class some people don't like. Let Ishvara be there in high Vaikuntha, Kailasa, you are touching him. They are very much annoyed. What to do? Shastra finally take out that satyatvam from Ishvara also. Otherwise you can never get Jivan Mukti. Okay? Samashti vyashti. This is the Dhau Padarthau. Jiva Ishvara. Only Nama Rupa. They are not real. Then who am I? I the Jiva am consciousness, existence, principle. I have to say. To utter this, I have to use what? Body, mind, complex. Never lose sight of. This is the truth. This is the truth. This is the only truth. Okay. Now let us go to the next shloka. Number 7. Jnana karma padarthau dvau vastu kartratmatantrakau jnanan moksho na karmabhyah iti Vedanta Dindima. Very, very important shloka. In this shloka, Acharya is bringing very technical point. That is, Jnana Karma Padarthau Dvau. There are two entities. In every sloka, common words, padarthau dvau, Vedanta, Dindima. Okay, these are all common. This is the Vedic proclamation. Iti Vedanta Dindimaha. This is the Vedic proclamation. What is that? Dvau padarthau. There are two entities, two principles. What are they? Jnanam and karma. Jnanam means knowledge. Karma means action. Jnanam and karma. Then what second half? Vastu kartratma tantrakau. Jnanam and karma both are what? Jnanam vastu tantram. Tantra means dependent. Vastu means object. Jnanam is that which is depending upon object. That is called Jnanam Vastu Tantram. Knowledge is always depending upon the known object. Object dependent is the meaning. Further we analyze. Karma is Kartrutantram. Karma, action, is dependent on the Karta. Kartrutantram means Karta dependent. Karta means doer. Knower and doer. Knower is knowing, doer is doing. Verbs. There are verbs, no? Kriya. Knowledge, knowing is also a verb. Doing is also a verb, kriya. Knowing and doing. Knower is knowing, doer is doing. Simple grammar. Okay, you can understand. Knower is knowing, doer is doing. Let us come to our Tattva Bodha. Karma Indriyani, Jnana Indriyani. What they do? Jnana Indriyani, Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Grandha. Shrotra Indriyam, Ghana Indriyam, Chakshur Indriyam, Rasana Indriyam, Twag Indriyam. All I am telling in Sanskrit, I hope you know that. Shrotra Indriyam, the hearing, the ear, sense organ of knowledge, they are all called Jnana Indriyani. They are called Jnana Indriyani. But you get hearing, that sound knowledge through ears. Shrotra Indriyam. Through the eyes, you see the forms. So, Rupa Jnanam you get. You get the knowledge of forms. Through Ghana Indriyam, the sense organs, the smell, you get the knowledge of that, any fragrance, any smell, flower or something. Rasana Indriyam, you get the knowledge of that taste. That is why they are all inputs. They are called inputs. You are taking sounds, you are taking the forms, you are taking the smell, you are taking Rasagulla, you are feeling the touch. They are all called Jnana Indriyani. They are giving Jnanam, therefore they are called Jnana Indriyani. Pancha Jnana Indriyani, sense organs of knowledge. Clear? This is Vedanta Dindima or Tattva Bodha. Okay. Then come to Karma Indriyani, sense organs of action. Pani, Pada, Vak, Pani, Pada, Payu, Upastha. Speech, no? That is Vag Indriyam, Karma Indriyam. Speaking power, output. Lifting power, no? Lifting is an action. Speaking is an action. Seeing is Jnana Indriyam, so seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, all come under actions, verbs. They also come under verbs. Here, in Karma Indriya's actions time also, what we are doing? Speaking action, lifting action with hands, walking action with legs, excretion action. All these actions also comes under verbs. Then what is the difference between Jnana Indriyam and Karma Indriyam. That is what we have to see here. Very interesting. Jnanam Vastu Tantram, when I say, when you are listening the words, the sounds, you are hearing knowledge that depending upon the sound, you have no choice. Kartum, akartum, anyadhava kartum is not possible. In hearing, in seeing, in smelling. Suppose some kuvam smell is coming, but you cannot avoid that the smell. Object of knowledge is the kuvam smell, suppose. You have no choice. It depends upon the kuvam. That's all. Why, Swamini? Good, nice example you can use. Okay. This flower, when you smell, it has some smell. Okay. This rose flower has got a nice smell. Can I change this to a jasmine smell? Now my knowledge about rose flower, the smell knowledge, rose knowledge, I cannot change even though I am the smeller. I cannot change. Why? The knowledge of the rose flower depending upon rose or me? Rose. Not upon me, the karta, the subject. But it is depending upon the rose, the object. Vastu. This rose is the vastu. So my knowledge about the rose flower is depending upon the rose object. Vastu. Therefore it is called Vastu Tantram. Pushpasya Gandha Jnanam Vastu Tantram. It is depending upon the Vastu. Clear? It is depending upon the Vastu, not upon Karta. Similarly, taste. Similarly, sound. Whatever you are listening, when I am listening, you are hearing from me, and your ears are hearing the language. I am speaking in English language. Can you hear in German way or Tamil? Same language you have to listen. You have no choice. So, Vastu Tantram. What about Kartru Tantram? Kartum, akartum, whether to do, akartum, not to do, anyadhava kartum, or to do in other way. That what we are doing in the class, whether to write this point or not, whether to note this point or not. It is not depending upon anything, it is depending upon the karta. Lifting this flower, it is in my hands, in the subject dependent, whether to lift this flower or not. It is in my, depending upon me. Kartru Tantra. What? Lifting the karma. Lifting action is depending upon the karta. Kartru Tantra. Why all this analysis? Finally, we have to understand this Kartru Tantram, Karma Tantram, what we say, Jnana Indriya Vyaparaha, Karma Indriya Vyaparaha, these verbs, all are verbs, but they are different. Even though they are verbs, they are a different type of verbs. There are two types of actions, which actions, that's why knowing, we can never say it is an action. That which is depending upon Vastu Tantram. Ultimately, Shastra takes us where, Jnana Kanda, Brahma Jnanam is Vastu Tantram. It is depending upon Brahman. Okay, it is depending upon Brahman. Dharma, Artha, Kama, three Purusharthas based on Kartru Tantram. Whether Punya Karma to do or not, which Karma I have to do based on Karta. Similarly, Artha, to earn money, this much property I need, wealth, depending upon whom? Karta. Similarly, Kama, to fulfill my desire, this desire let me fulfill, this desire let me fulfill. Kama also depending upon Karta. So, Dharma, Artha, Kama, three Purusharthas are Kartru Tantram. Whole karma kanda is kartrutantram, whereas jnana kanda, moksha, which is talking about Brahman, Brahma Jnanam, that is Vastu Tantram. Vastu Tantram means that Brahma Jnanam is Vastu Tantram. It is not depending upon you whether to say I am Brahman or not. If you study Shastra, helplessly you claim I am Brahman. It is difficult to say I am not Brahman when you come to Shastra. Vastu Tantram, whole Jnana Kanda is talking about Brahman, that Brahman Ahamasmi Brahma. Vastu Tantram, it is not Kartru Tantram. So Jnana Kanda is Vastu Tantram. Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda is Kartru Tantram, based on the Karta, Upasaka. Okay, now what I have to understand, Jnana Kanda, that which gives Vastu Tantram, that depends upon Vastu, Brahman, it gives Nitya Phalam. This knowledge of the flower, rose flower, will never change. Whatever it gives, that sense organs, the knowledge, no Kali Yugamlo rose flower smell is different. Dwapara Yugam it is different. Can you say that? It never change. In Vyavaharika level. Now you go to Paramarthika level, Brahman will never change, it is ever the same. So Nitya Phalam, Nitya Moksha Phalam Dadati. What about Karma Kanda, Kartru Tantra Pradhana Karma Kanda gives Nitya Phalam or Anitya Phalam? Anitya Phalam. All these ideas are hidden in one sloka. Look into the sloka now. So I have given the background. Karma Indriya Vyapara, Jnana Indriya Vyapara, when it is going on, that is why Shankaracharya in Bhajagovinda shlokas, he said, Nahi nahi rakshati dukkrin karane. Dayananda Swamiji beautifully points out that in the dukkrin karane, why Acharya took there, whole karma kanda is negated. Kru dhatu, dukkrin karane, kru dhatu to do. The whole karma kanda is ruled out by one shloka, one line, one point, one verb. Nahi nahi rakshati. Whole karma kanda nahi nahi rakshati. Why you are wasting your time? Okay, this is an aside point, but I would like to inform you. Now see, vastu, kartra, atma tantrakau. Kartra atma, atma means not Satchidananda atma, reflexive pronoun here. Vastu, kartratma tantrakau. Tantrakau means depending upon. Vastu, object, object depending, jnanam. Karma is kartra depending, karta depending, the doer, subject. So what? By knowing this difference, what am I going to get? You are going to get jnanam, jnanat mokshaha. By knowledge, you get moksha, not by karma. Therefore, karmana vadhyate jantuhu vidyaya vimuchyate. Any amount of karma you do, you can never be liberated. Therefore, jnanat mokshaha. Jnanat, what jnanam? Brahma jnanam. Brahma jnanat eva mokshaha. Karmabhyaha na mokshaha, na karmabhyaha. By performing any amount of rituals, meditations, upasanas, you can never get moksha. Therefore, may you understand, this is the Vedic proclamation. Next shloka. For that, there are many mantras given. Nastya kritas kritena anyatra dharmat anyatra dharmat kathopanishad shloka. Any amount of karma cannot give liberation. Sameva vidvan amrita iha bhavati nanya pantha ayanaya vidyate. There is no other way also. Don't waste your time. That quotation you have to remember. Ippiravi tappinal, ippiravi vaikumu. Like a danger like apayam. You have to remember. So here, parikshalokan karmachitan brahmano nirveda mayat nastya kritakritena. Moksha is not possible by any action. Mundakopanishad Pramanam is there, Hatopanishad is there, Brihadaranyakam is there, all Upanishads. The Lord, they are talking about this only. Even Upasana also cannot give. Upasana is also a manasika karma. Meditation is people, there are meditation practitioners, by meditation I want to get moksha. Meditation is also a karma or not? A silent karma. Silent and manasika karma. Mental activity is there. That mental activity also cannot give moksha. So you have to therefore stop the mind. You need not stop the mind. Mind is mithya, you understand, that's all. Okay. Jnanam and karma. Both are, one is kartrutantram, another is vastutantram. Jnanam gives moksha, karma can never give moksha. Therefore what? Stop all your actions. Don't mistake like that. Do all your duties, but never seek security, peace, happiness from that karma. Understand? Don't expect any freedom, ananda from that action, any action for that matter. So there you have to know the limitation of that karma. Therefore what? Come to Vedanta class, listen and get knowledge. Be free. Jnanam is emphasized. No, Swamini, Veda, Karma Kanda so vast. Upasana Kanda is so vast. Majority you have to take, might is right. Majority only you have to take. Here majority, mantras are many mantras, vast is not the question. Where is the tatparyam? You have to see. Purport, you have to see. That, to see that you require some buddhi. Isn't it? Now, how to get this Brahma Jnanam? It's very nice, Jnanat Mokshaha. Now my problem is how to get Jnanam. For that Acharya writing next. Simple. You take Jnana Yoga practice. 3 sadhanas are given in Jnana Yoga. Jnanat Mokshaha means you get liberation by Jnanam. Now I want to get Jnanam. How to get Jnanam? Shastra says Jnana Yoga is a method. There are 3 sadhanas: Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. That's all. You take up Shravanam, Mananam and Nididhyasanam, you get Jnanam. Then Moksha. Simple. Moksha is very simple, really speaking. The whole thing is samsara, mahasagaram. Moksha is simple. Let us read 8th shloka. Shrotavya shravarupau dvau padarthau sukha dukkhadau shrotavyam brahmanaivaanyat iti Vedanta Dindima. Teacher is in advantageous position in Vedanta Dindima. Why, one line or quarter need not translate. There is a lot of time we can save. We can save and we can explain further and further. That nice word, the Dindima word, I like it very much. Vedanta Dindima, Vedanta Bheri, Vedanta Gosha. Okay. Now, he is going to take up that Brihadaranyaka. Are Maitreyi, Atmava are Drashtavyaha, Shrotavyaha, Mantavyaha, Nididhyasitavyaha. That is the quotation we have to take up here. Acharya keeping in his mind. First Shravanam, for that 8th shloka. Then Mananam, 9th shloka. Then 10th shloka for Nididhyasana. Shravanam means listening. Shravanam means listening. Mananam means reflecting upon. Then third sadhana, nididhyasanam, is contemplation, contemplating. First Shravanam. Paramarthananda Swamiji's regular statement. What do you mean by Shravanam? Consistent, systematic study of Vedantic scriptures under a competent, alive teacher for a length of time. It's called Shravanam. By heart, every word, This is called Shravanam. For what purpose? Shravanam, ajnana nivrityartham Shravanam. To remove the self-ignorance. To remove the self-ignorance, one has to study Shastra systematically. Of course, along with sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. Okay. Shamadama uparamma titiksha, viveka vairagyam, all those. Why doing Shravanam for ajnana nivritti when we are doing what I have to listen, what I should not listen. Worthy, not worthy. See, what to hear, what not to hear. That is very important. Like that Hamsa, Hamsa, swan. It takes milk and leaves the water. Like that, we are listening so many things in the world. Lot of sounds we are listening. So what to listen, what not to listen, we must know. That's why Acharya telling here, look into the sloka. Shrotavya, Ashravya Rupau. There are two. One is what to listen. Ashravya means what not to listen, what not to hear. This is to be heard, this is not to be heard. Shravyam, Ashravyam. This is to be heard, that is not to be heard. Shrotavya, Ashravya Rupau, Dvau Padarthau. There are two padarthas again. What to listen, what not to listen. What is that? What you listen, what to listen, what to be listen, if you listen, that gives sukham, that you have to listen. Sukham, Swamini, what to listen? Hey, listen, by listening which you get sukham, ananda. Don't listen, by listening which you get dukkham. Sukha dukkha dau. Shravyam is sukham dadati. Shravyam, what you have to hear, if you hear, it gives sukham. If you hear what you should not hear, it gives dukkham. Therefore, listen or hear what you have to hear. The entire Vedic teaching is there. Vedic teaching is reverential only. But in that also, what gives sukha? Brahmajnanam gives sukha. Therefore, study prasthanatrayam. What about karma kanda? That is for chitta shuddhi you do for some time, then leave it. Later you get ayasam. Okay. Even meditation, upasana, all those, there are lot of dukkha involved. So for chitta shuddhi, for ekagrata, for some time you do, Veda recommends. Later you say mature and grow out of them. Don't stop early, earliest stage, don't stop. Initial stages, take up and give up. Tyage naike amrutatvamānashuhu. Tyaga is required. Give up what to give up. So Shravanam, ajnana nivrityartham. When you do Shravanam, that which gives Ananda. That's why we get lot of phone calls. Swamini, your teaching is giving Atma Balam, strength, lot of Ananda, lot of Sukha, in spite of my heart problem, in spite of my eye problem. Why you are not having Dukkha? No, Swamini. I am indulging only in Shastra study now. I am fully dwelling in Shastra study. Have you got that Sukhamana? Amazing. This is your experience also. After coming to class only, we are so happy. Shravyam. That which gives Sukha. By seeing your face, I can understand. It is giving sukha or dukkha. In spite of mosquitoes biting, you are enjoying. You are enjoying sukha or not? Shravyam. Ashravyam. If you listen something, it gives dukkha. Don't listen that. Okay. Shravyam, ashravya rupau dvau padarthau sukha dukkhadau. Shrotavyam brahma. What is that shravyam? To listen, to be worthy to listen. Brahma. Brahma vidapnoti param tadeshabhyukta anando brahmeti vyajanat. Brahma. Wherever discussion is going on about Brahman, dialogue is going about Brahman, this Atma Swarupam, listen. Never waste a single minute or second. Shravyam. That's why Tatchintanam Tatkathanam. First, from Mananam, Chintanam, later it comes. First Shravanam. Years together, decades together you have to hear. Not TV programs. I hear so many things in that. Give your ears to Brahma Jnanam, Prasthanatrayam. Give your ears to Prasthanatrayam, backed by the knowledge of all Puranas. Okay, that means you are already completed all Puranas. Now you are ready for Prasthanatrayam. Illa Swamini, what is Ramayana? I don't know. I am helpless. You are supposed to finish all Puranas and come here. Okay. Because they are all essence of Veda only. They are all essence of Veda. That is why. Shrotavyam Brahma Naiva Anyat. Anyat means what? Other than Brahma, whatever is there, don't hear. That is why from the beginning when a student comes to that class, they are here but they don't hear. They are here but they don't hear. That means what? Still mind has not absorbed the Vedic teaching. Once you are a serious mumukshu, seeker, world is dead to you. You are dead to the world. Means what? Bhaipadadingo. Okay. That means I am not interested in any dialogue, any words, any actions other than Brahman. Only Brahma Vishaya, Atma Vishaya, Moksha Vishaya. These are all very much attractive to me. I am interested in that only. So Shrotavyam Brahma Eva. Wherever that Puranas or Vedic teaching is going on, listen. Na anyat abrahma vishayaha na shrotavyam. Never listen to those topics or discussions, dialogues which are Brahma Vishaya. Okay. Other than Brahma, what is there? Brahma only is there. Mithya. Everything. Don't waste your time. Who says? Not me. Vedanta Dindima. This is the proclamation of Vedas. And therefore, these two are, if you listen what you should not listen, it gives dukkha. Better not to listen. That itself shows this, whatever I am hearing, is it giving sukha or dukkha? I have to think over. I have to think. Yes, it is giving sukha, ananda, shanti, peace. Let me continue. This is not giving sukha, it is giving dukkha on the other hand. Let me drop. This vichakshana, common sense we have to use. Isn't it? That's all. What Shravanam is over now. Shrotavyaha. Atmava are drashtavyaha means may you, drashtavyaha means not seeing Atma. Yajnavalkya said to Maitreyi, Are Maitreyi, Atmava are drashtavyaha means may you understand. May you recognize the Atma, the self. For that what you have to do? Shrotavyaha, over. Shravanam is over. Now come to the next sadhana, Mananam, next shloka. Chintya chintya padarthau dvau Vishranti Shrantadayakau Vishranti Shrantidayakau Chintyam Brahma Param Nanyat Iti Vedanta Dindima. Agnivalkya said, Atma Are Darshanena Shravanena Matya Vijnanena Idam Sarvam Viditam. Idam Sarvam Viditam. Eka Karana Vijnanena Sarva Karya Vijnanam Bhavati. Mundakopanishad like. Similarly here also, Shravanena means by listening to, after listening, there are lot of doubts will come, questions. Samshaya nivrityartham mananam, reflecting upon. Vishaya dhyanam, how you do chintanam? Vishaya dhyanam, lot of chintanam. Thinking, non-stop. You spend that time for Brahma Jnanam, very easily you will get moksha. Even 1% in that, if you spend, you will get moksha. But unfortunately, people won't give time for this. Clear? With this attention issue, do mananam. By seeing your attention, really I surprise sometimes. All your attention. Okay. So that ekagrata, you have to continue. Swamini keep class every day now. No. So you have to do mananam. All the time not listening, some mananam. When the samshayas comes, doubts are there, those doubts have to be clarified. That is possible by mananam. What is mananam? Chintyam Brahma. You have to think about Brahman only. Brahma. Thinking. Chintyam. What is achintyam? Anyat. Other than Brahma, don't think about that. He says, Vishranti Shantidayakau. Vishranti means that it gives ananda, joy. By thinking which you feel all your emotions, your thoughts, all are pleasant and joyful and enjoying, all the time that thoughts you continue. You feel Vishranti. You don't feel tiredness. You don't feel tiredness at all. Vishranti, on the other hand, you get relaxation. Byproducts of Vedanta Shravana, you know what is? Blood pressure is reduced. Heartbeat comes normal. First you will get good health. And your lifespan also increase. These are all benefits of Vedanta Shravana. What is the secret? Because you are getting Vishranti. Lot of Vishranti, relaxation. Vishranti means what? Relaxation. Body relaxation, mind relaxation. Tremendous relaxation comes because of that relaxation. Vishranti, you are feeling so energetic. So energetic. How it is coming? Because Shastra talking about you, the Brahman. That is the secret. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. You are the Brahman. You are the Brahman. You are Amritam. You are wonderful. You are Nityaha, Satyaha, Buddhaha, Muktaha. You are free from birth, death, disease. Wonderful. When you are listening like this, you will get health or not? What people say, family members, you don't know this, you don't know this. All the time they look at all weaknesses. You are unfit for this. You reckon strength kuda poidum. Our strength will go away, depleting. Here you are energizing, charging yourself. Because Shastra is showing you are the truth, you are the substratum, you are the adhara of this universe. When you listen chintanam, when you do this, naturally you will get lot of confidence. Naturally you get lot of strength. Ananda. Strength gives Ananda or not? Joy. Natural. In spite of all worries. They are all sitting there. Family worries. Ready. But slowly they become feeble and feebler and feeblest. The more you listen to Shastra, more Chintana you do, Shastra Chintanam, Brahma Chintanam, the more relaxation, more Vishranti. What about other? Achintyam. If you think what you should not think, Achintyam. Think panna kudadadi think pannina, enna varum theriyumo? Shrantihi. Remove it. Shrantihi enna shrama. There is lot of burdensome struggle, problem, worry, tension, guilt, hurt. So big list. That is why Sat Chintanam, Tadeva Chintanam, Brahma Chintanam. Later Sat Kathanam. Go home and find a victim and talk about Brahman. Say properly, okay. If they are interested. Sat Kathanam. Anyonyat Sat Prabodhanam. If you are a scholarly person, if you are well versed, you can teach for people, or you just share with your family members. Anyonyat Sat Prabodhanam. So therefore, you spend your time Chintyam Brahma, Param Brahma, not ordinary, Supreme Brahman. Who is that Supreme Brahman? I myself, I am Supreme Brahman. Otherwise, Shama, Shrantihi Anyat Chintanam. Abrahma Vishaya Chintanam, Shrantihi Dadati. It gives Shrama. Next shloka, Nididhyasana shloka. Dheyadhyeya padarthau dvau Dhi samadhya samadhidau Jhatavyam brahmanaivanyat Iti Vedanta Dindima. The last sadhana in Jnana Yoga is Nididhyasanam, contemplation, meditation. Dheya, Adheya Padartha. There are two padarthas that to be meditated upon and not to be meditated upon. Dheya means that is to be meditated upon. And the second one is that which is not to be meditated upon. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodho bhijayate krodhat dash dash dash. You know that. So don't do dhyanam of that vishayas. Do dhyanam of dhyana means after studying long time, for a length of time, after doing mananam for a length of time, do contemplation. That contemplation is also two types, you know. Samadhyabhyasa rupa nididhyasanam, 6th chapter, care of Bhagavad Gita. Brahmabhyasa rupa nididhyasanam, Pashyan Shrunvan Sprishan Jigran, care of 5th chapter, that also you know. Okay. So nididhyasanam is the sadhana for assimilation, internalization of the Vedic teaching that which I have received from my Guru. More in the next class. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnatya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.